I did a little research on you today. So I'm just going to put out a scenario. Okay. You meet the man of your dreams, right? Most attractive person you've ever seen. Caring, supportive, committed. But he voted for Donald Trump. What are you doing?
In both elections or just the first one?
All three.
Oh! It probably is not going to happen.
Okay.
If it's the first one and then they changed, I can think about it.
Okay.
But if it's all three, I can't. And I say that coming from a bipartisan household. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Missouri is a very red state. St. Louis is very blue, like the actual downtown, but the county is very red. I went to college in North Carolina, which is a very purple state. Obviously, Colorado, Denver is very blue, but the state as a whole is very purple. I lived in DC for many years. A lot of my very, very good friends lived and worked, for the Republican Party when we lived there. And if you are educated and understand the difference between the actual Republican Party and Donald Trump, I can respect that.
Right.
But Donald Trump is just not an actual politician. He's a piece of shit felon that sexually assaults women. I just can't get behind that. And that's a hard line for me. It's a very, very hard line for me. But if you're like an actual, like traditional, like if you're a Mitt Romney Republican or a John McCain Republican, cool, great. You're probably smart and educated. Yeah. That's okay with me. But a Donald Trump Republican, can't get behind.
Do you bring up politics on dates? Does it take a few?
If we match online, I'm not going to go out with you if it's not listed. If we meet out in the wild, it'll probably come up on date 2 or 3, depending. It's not a first date topic by any means. That's inappropriate, I think. You're very early. Like, I also don't like first dates to last 5 hours usually. That's not my scene. And when you're dating someone on a first date for like an hour and a half, you're probably not going to bring politics. You're like, what's your favorite color? What's your job? Where are you from? Those type of things. So not usually on a date 1, no.
Okay.
Good question.
Good question, Isaac. Good question.
Sorry, that got
full
really...
of them. I'm full of them.
Yeah, wait, why aren't you asking some? Rapid fire. That got really political, sorry.
No, it's all right. I just want to know, because we have, people will have submission forms. I mean, they'll sign up and then they'll say, if you match me with somebody that's of this party, I am not going out with them at all. And so I never knew it was super that political.
I mean, it definitely can be. I think I've lived in the extreme. I lived in DC for 3 years. I lived in DC when Donald Trump was president. There are a lot of, when I lived there, everyone talked about politics all the time. Here, no one talks about it. Almost no one talks about it. And so it's been 2 very different extremes. And it's interesting you say that, because I feel like that's not what I see here. Because when I lived in DC, I felt like I had to print out my LinkedIn to go on a date. I felt like it was like, who do you know? What do you do? How much money do you make? Who do you support? Like, what connections do you have? And here I'm like lucky if they've got a fucking full-time job. Like, it's like, no offense. But it's that's so interesting. For me, the hard line is Donald Trump. It's not what party you are. I can get behind certain things, but also if you don't respect women's bodily autonomy, I can't get behind that. That's why I love living in Colorado. As a woman, you have a lot of really amazing rights here. I interviewed for a job. They wanted me to Texas. Didn't do it. I could not. I can't do it. I'm not willing to do that. So I think right now, in the time where the country is in a lot of turmoil, and especially as a woman, you feel it much more than a man, especially a white man. No offense to both of you. It is important for sure.
I don't see color, but next question.